I think I said
Man.
that. But you
So,
get the thing.
like, so I mean, rappers that like got to me somehow. Like, I don't remember, like, because I was probably on the radio and I heard that.
Yeah.
But when I moved back to San Francisco, it was like I think it was either 82 or 83. Um, my father's a musician, right? Both of my parents were in music. My mother sang. My father plays music. He's in a band called Viva Brazil, and so it was kind of heavy just in the music scene in general. Like every day we were listening to all kinds of records, and everything could have been playing from some bossa nova to Adrian Belew to the Police to David Bowie to Yellowman to Bob Marley and Peter. Like it was the spectrum. And when I got into school in middle school, it was like that was kind of just the vibe that was kind of starting to just happen. Like San Francisco, low key, was like a small New York, right? It's we have the bridges, we got it's kind of like similar vibes, and the way it was set up, we're super like multi-ethnic and diverse. And I can't even, man, I don't even remember like first records. But what I do remember is my pops buying me the 12 inches for Herbie Hancock Rockit and Malcolm McLaren Buffalo Gals. Like my dad gave me those joints. And then, by seventh grade, like I'm heavy b-boying, I'm all in it. And at the same time, like we're going to surf before we go. He drops me off at school. So I'm like, I'm surfing. I come out the water. I'm listening to hip hop. I mean, I'm listening to some rap shit, and they're listening to some like new wave shit. And I'm putting fat laces in my sleeve because I got windbreakers on. Like I look, I'm about to go battle somebody, but coming out of the water. So for me, it was like music and dance and everything was kind of already there. But hip hop as a culture, like back then, we also had to find. You had to be one of the disciplines, right? You had one of the pillars. You had to I couldn't write graffiti. Like I sucked at that. I tried. I had a little tag, a few different ones, but I couldn't do no real shit. I couldn't DJ. I couldn't rap. So dancing was the thing.
I'm gonna say yeah.
But I was like, and it's funny because like, I was best dancer in high school, like all that shit. And it was my thing. We were getting paid for it by the time I think it was in 8th grade. We were getting paid. Like we'd go to like corporate events and dance and all get like $25 each. It'd be like 6 of us, things like that. And my friends were great DJs, like Invisible Scratch Pickles were the homies. My man Alex Aquino managed them. So we were all crew, like all hanging out. The dance crew was called like the Knuckle Neck Tribe or whatever. And so we kind of had ends in the space. I was almost a backup dancer for Sway, for MC Sway and King Tech, right? So that almost happened. Around that time, I was in the Do What You Like video, but that I ended up on the floor. I got cut out. And I was sneaking to the clubs since I was 15. I knew all the security and stuff at this club Townsend. And so when the Gavin Music Convention, we found out about that. I think 1990 or 91 was the first year I went. We snuck in. We made actually, hold on, man. I'm looking at the joint right here. There you go. Like 1991, the Gavin. I don't know if you can see it, but that was like literally right. And then here, actually, shit, that's 1992. That's the badge from 92. And so we were sneaking in there. First person I ever met in the music business that actually gave me a card was Bobito. Like he was doing the door at this Def Jam party when he was national director of radio promotions.
Yeah.
And we hit it off because my fake ID, my name was Michael Suarez. That was his best friend's name. You know what I mean? So he always remembered me. Fast forward when they did the movie, the documentary, I ended up doing the merch for them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and yeah, and I was literally, we were sneaking in just to see the music, hear all the new stuff, see what was going on. They had business stuff. I was selling weed, bro. Like I was literally in there selling weed. That's what I was doing. And in 92, we were at this showcase in the Wharf, and it was, I always talk about this one because prior to this, it was really New York, LA, and then you had like 2 Live Crew and them in Florida and like Ghetto Boys in Texas, but it was the UMCs, New York. It was Black Sheep, who was representing North Carolina at the time, Arrested Development, Tennessee, Criss Cross, Atlanta, and MC Breed, Detroit, Twister, Chicago, Pharcyde, LA, Spice One, Oakland, and Sir Mix-a-Lot, you know what I'm saying, Seattle. And this was one showcase.
Wow.
Right? And so, you know, I'm in the bathroom selling weed to some folks, namely my homies Jameson and Albie. And they were like, yo, do you know what's going on here? And I'm like, yeah, I'm selling weed here in the bathroom, yo. Like, of course I know what's going on. And they were like, nah, it's like, yo, this is the second year we've seen you. You got to hustle. You're our guy out here. He's like, would you come to New York? We'll get you an internship. And this was like February or March of 1992. I moved out in June. I drove out here with a couple of friends. We drove cross country. You know, I got hired to be an intern on the set of Diamond D Best Kept Secret. And I always want to pay homage to this, especially because we lost our brother last year. But Scoop, RIP, like, he was the intern. He got his job at Tommy Boy. That vacated the internship for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like, so Diamond D, Best Kept Secret. I did college radio for that. That was the first record I got to work. You know, so I got put into some legendary spot, and it was like, you know, I was at an independent. It was all new, and shout out to Martha Reynolds, shout out to Jameson, obviously. But man, that's really, so when you say like, when did I set my sights on it? I never did. Like, it just was me literally living my life. And like, that's how everything I've done, honestly, in my whole career has been. There hasn't really been, I don't know if I've ever got hired off of a job interview.
That's funny because I've only had one job interview and I fucked that up. Excuse my language. So yeah. I know the feeling. Like everything that I've done in this industry were either through my efforts elsewhere or because somebody's like, you know what, I like what you're doing. Why don't you come over here? So I get it.
It's a natural flow. And I always say this, y'all. Hip hop is the most authentic expression of the modern human experience, right? So all we ever did was live our experiences. That's it. And reflect those things. And look where we at now. It's incredible.